There has been a long history of conflict between Thailand and Cambodia. Their border dispute goes back more than a century. Cambodia uses a 1907 map drawn under French colonial rule as a reference to claim territory. Thailand argues that map is inaccurate. The latest flare-up of violence started on Thursday near the Prasat Thom temple, where both sides accuse each other of firing first. Previous conflicts have also been fueled over the control of another 1,000-year-old temple, the Preah Vihear. In 1962, the International Court of Justice awarded it to Cambodia. Thailand has rejected the court's jurisdiction. In July this year, Thai Prime Minister Paetongtarn Shinawatra was suspended after a leaked phone call with Cambodia's influential former leader Hun Sen. During it, she referred to him as uncle and criticised Thailand's powerful military. Virak Oh is a political analyst and the president and founder of the think tank Future Forum, and he's joining us live from Phnom Penh. Thank you very much for your time. Firstly, what do you make of US President Donald Trump's intervention in this crisis and using trade to try to end the fighting?
Well, it's a pleasant surprise in some way, because I'm assuming that there's a lot of global issues that would be on his agenda, and the fact that he's in Scotland and trades with Europe might be what's on his mind. But I think it's definitely a welcoming intervention. From the Cambodian side, it's pretty easy to see if you look at the two sides military, the two side economies, the two side political, even soft power in terms of international standing. Cambodia is definitely on the weaker side, and therefore I think Cambodia is much more desperate for any third-party interventions. And Cambodia did say so, and we did request the UN Security Councils to intervene. We request mediations. We're also submitting the disputed cases to the ICJ for further interventions. So I think it's definitely is a welcoming news for the Cambodian side. I'm not so sure if it's the same on the Thai side, but it's also pretty obvious by monitoring statements that have been made from both sides that the Thai will probably gonna try to drag it out until certain military objectives are met, and that's according to the statements made by Thaksin, the
influential former Prime Minister. But what do you think those military objectives might be for Thailand?
Well, I think if you look at histories, from Preah conflicts back in 2008, when Preah was listed on the UNESCO heritage site as a UNESCO heritage site, for example, there's a lot of nationalist elements within Thailand that brought that into further conflicts. But I think the main military objectives will be to secure as many or as much of the border zone, the disputed zones as they can, in the hope that therefore when the ceasefire come, those that control these zones will then secure the new status quo.
And do you think that Thailand is willing to pay the price of trade with the US to secure these military objectives?
I don't think neither side can pay the price of a heavy tariff with the US. The US is the biggest market for Cambodia and also for Thailand, and so neither side can pay the price of actually getting Trump's heavy trade being imposed on the two economies. But the question is actually from Cambodia perspective, I think it's easy to see the decision could easily be made because there's unities, but also again we don't have polarized politics. I'm not so sure it's for the whether it's a good thing or not, but certainly from the Thai side, I think it's difficult to see who's making decisions, to understand who's making decisions, whether the military is actually making decision or the political or the elected politicians are making decision. I think from statements made from last night, I can see that there's various factions within the Thai powers that is actually making different kind of statements and comments, and therefore indicate that that decisions will not be guaranteed to come quickly and to be secure either.
Yeah, we know that there is an acting prime minister in Thailand. We've seen the diplomatic fallout, and Prime Minister Paitong Tan Shinawat having to step down after that leaked phone call with the former Cambodian leader Hun Sen. We've mentioned how far back the conflict between the two countries goes. Do you think that there's any chance of finding a permanent solution to this?
I think first of all, if you look at the whole border areas, the 95% of the border areas are agreed. We don't have any disputes over 95% of the borders. We have disputes over 4 zones, and these 4 zones are not economically significant. So in that regard, if both sides can come to just think about, look at the rationals, benefits of both peoples, both sides, both economies, and the people on both sides, it would be easy to come to terms. The next steps would be to have an immediate ceasefire, to provide humanitarian assistance to those people displaced on both sides. For the Cambodian side, for me as a human rights activist, remember I used to be the head of the Cambodian Center for Human Rights. To me, even migrant workers in Thailand, Cambodian migrant workers in Thailand in the thousands and tens of thousands need some protections and support, and they need to be on the agenda. But I think Cambodia and Thailand needs to move and demarcate these not disputed areas, the areas where we clearly agree, and we need to demarcate those areas quickly, but also then allow the disputed 4 zones. These are 4 zones. We need to allow times for the disputed 4 zones to be settled.
Virak Oh joining us live from Phnom Penh there. Thank you very much for your analysis. We appreciate it.